see this commercial on TV. I was like, such and such is free. We should go here. She like, well, I gotta go to work. I gotta go to work, and you should do it since you got free time. So,
do what?
Just anything. Like anytime I ask her to do something, she'll throw shade and be like, "Oh well, since you ain't gotta go to work, you should be able to do this."
That's how normally how that shit works.
Yeah.
Like if a nigga ain't doing shit, then you got to do everything. You supposed to have time to do everything.
No, but it'd be like a little simple shit, and she'd be like, "Oh well, since you ain't gotta go to work, you should." They'll be throwing that shit in my face, be trying to make me feel bad about that shit. Like, nigga, I got
that shit up.
Yeah. I said, fam, I got a underlying issue that won't allow me to go to work. I said, if I go to work, I'll probably die. So she was like, oh, okay, well, whatever. I'm like, yeah, go on with your hate. Sit there hate like a motherfucker.
She don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
Like, God damn, don't make me struggle because you struggle.
Man.
I be like having midday sleeps and naps and shit. She be mad and shit.
No, just get up.
Yeah. I just get up, walk out the room, go downstairs and go to sleep. I ain't got shit else to do.
Nigga on the sleep tour. And
she was like yesterday, her and all the kids were out of the house. She was like, what do you do? I said, shit, just sleep peacefully. I don't
why you say that? You know you can't say that shit.
Nah, I can't ever sleep peacefully because I can hear them all the time. So with them not being in the house, I just slept. I slept through like 3 movies and shit. But it was worth it.
I ain't took a nap that long.
I was sleeping good in the bitch.
Yeah.
I took a painkiller. I took one of my painkillers and went to sleep.
I said, out of there.
I was out.
It's a whole sun outside.
Hey, I woke up but my sleeping schedule is weird as fuck now. Like I will wake up at 5:30. You know, stay up to like 10 and then go to sleep around like noon and shit, and like sleep however long I want to. Then I'm up at night just looking at shit.
I feel you. Yep. That's normally how it is when you sleep through the day.
Yeah.
And shit.
But I be up doing shit like the clothes and all that shit, all the chores around the house that don't get done. I ain't up doing that shit.
That's what's up.
At least a nigga being productive.
yeah. Using that hoe, just not doing nothing. It's like, alright, bro, I know you ain't working, but god damn, like, that's all you gonna do is sleep. But yeah. I feel you. So you had a good week?
Yeah, I mean, I been chilling, man. Shit. Always chilling.
That's what's up. Man, but this is the What You Thought podcast. We're gonna go ahead and jump it off. Of course, you know, it's Michael Taylor.
It's Big KB. How y'all doing today?
Man. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into it. You just talk about the shit that I just recently saw with Donald Trump. You know, he had a press conference today, and he got rushed out that hoe. Yeah. Today. And he got rushed out that hoe by the Secret Service. Turns out it was a shooter somewhere around or something. But I guess that's still developing. So that's all I know about that. But
Trump ain't gonna get shot, man.
Trump ain't gonna. Yeah.
That shit ain't gonna happen.
If he does, that's gonna be when I'm like, alright, yeah, it's gonna go down.
Yeah.
Like, not because he Donald Trump, but just because
I mean, shit didn't jump off. Didn't much happen when Kennedy got killed. I mean,
yeah, but the people didn't kill JFK. I don't think the government will kill Donald Trump. Like,
it'll have to be some real shit for that to transpire.
Not for this. They go, yeah.
It'll be some mystery novel type shit. There's some shit like that went down. They still can't figure out who killed Kennedy.
Right. Oh no, they know exactly who did it.
They said that they
just say, yeah. Somebody know, nigga.
Yeah, somebody know the truth.
Somebody know for sure. But nah, I don't think he gonna go down like that. This nigga's definitely finna push this election thing. He's talking about voting for home.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, mailing in your votes, and it makes a lot of sense because this
that shit that ain't gonna work.
It's
man.
Yeah. I don't. We they barely get it right when niggas going in to vote.
Yeah.
So mailing in votes, and they mailing in ballots. They already mailing in ballots to dead motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Just like they was sending checks to dead motherfuckers, and it's understandable because it's so many people in America. It's like, oh, they keeping up, but they keeping up with the motherfuckers that they need to.
Yeah. It's gonna be so many. It's gonna be so many black ballots missing like a motherfucker. It's gonna be 50,000. Then that shit gonna show up after he done won again, type shit.
It's gonna definitely, if we doing mail-in votes, it's gonna definitely be some corrupt shit. I mean, either way, I mean, honestly,
you can't stop it online. So I mean,
right. So
that shit gonna be skewed some type of way.
Yeah, it's always, in my opinion, it's always gonna be skewed. It's literally, if you just look it up on the internet, just read. They tell you basically everybody votes is a suggestion. Mm-hmm. And then the electoral college decide that if they want to take the people's suggestion or not.
Yeah.
So,
which is still laughable and shit.
Yeah. They like go out and vote. It's like go out and give your suggestion.
Like, yeah.
You know, we'll see.
And I hate to say this shit, but I voting the first time I got the opportunity to vote, it was like voting Bush out. That first time, and the fact that this nigga still won, and I had a lot of my homies go up and be like, I'm finna go vote, whoop, and they still didn't do anything. Like,
it's not like you know everybody, but it's like
I don't have too much hope into that shit anymore.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't even know if I'm gonna vote or not. And I know people is like, you know, our ancestors fought for that, and that's true.
That's
true.
That's what be.
That's not the only thing they fought for.
Yeah. But that guilt dude CP.
That's definitely true.
Like,
and I can agree with that. But they fought for a lot of other things that the motherfuckers ain't taking advantage of as well. You know what I'm saying? Not to make an excuse.
Advantage of it. Shit's just shit.
It's just, I don't believe in the voting system. And it's not saying that I'm the type of person that never voted. I've voted before. You know, I've been all about that shit. Locally, it definitely matters.
Yeah.
It definitely makes a difference because, you know, they're less concerned about that.
Because the shit ain't gonna matter if we got a good president in there, then we got a local motherfucker that ain't shit. Like, that shit ain't
right.
That shit ain't doing nothing, man.
Right. And it's like the local people is not gonna. It's only gonna affect so much.
Yeah.
So definitely vote locally.
That shit it's affecting you daily.
Right, I think that will change a lot of things as far as if we vote locally how we want. Not saying that every person is gonna turn out to be, you know, the person that we thought they would, you know, that we thought they would be who we voted for, but it matters. It determines, you know, your status of life in your area to some degree. But as far as president,
not
them niggas know exactly who they want.
We paying for that shit, not paying attention to our local election as it is, because we still got wheelchair Jimmy fucking up some more, fucking up some more for the 30th week in a row of this year, steady fucking up.
Yeah.
I find that stupid ass shit they got my kids doing. They got them doing virtual school the first 4 weeks, and then after that first month, they going back to school. Like, what's the point of that shit? Like, just let them stay home.
Yeah. My daughter's going back Wednesday, and she's going to school. Well, she told me they was doing some virtual things as well.
Yeah, that shit don't scare you though. That shit, I'm terrified.
Yes, it does. I'm not the what do you call it? Legal terms. This ain't the term, but I'm not the main guardian.
Yeah, I understand.
So, and then I also like, I can say I don't want to go to the school, but it's not like I got a curriculum ready to go. I can teach her things, you know what I'm saying? I can definitely teach her things, but I'm still working a 9 to 5. So the time that she would normally be in school, like I'm working. Yeah. And so for us to live in the situation that we're living in, I'm gonna need to keep doing that. But you know, I'm getting close to a situation to where I don't have to worry about that. But yeah, I'm definitely.
You would have thought they would have had a better plan. This shit hit in March.
I'm not surprised.
You'd have had ample time to be like, let's set up this and get this done.
When has the government ever been on time?
Yeah, but this is a time.
No, it doesn't matter.
I've never in my adult life, in my whole life, I've never known them to work on time. But this right here is a time sensitive situation. Like, just think about my initial thinking is my kids' safety. I can't keep my kids out of each other's face. So I can imagine how it's gonna be when they around 600 other kids and shit.
Right, cause it's like the kids are not gonna be. I don't expect no child to be like, well, you know, no, we gotta keep social distancing. Like my daughter's 7.
Yeah.
Like she want to talk to her friends. Like she not worried about no mask or nothing like that.
And what's the second thing is that scaring me is, okay, when they go back to school and come back to my house, me having diabetes, that'll be, you know, dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah.
And all it would take this one little funky ass kid instead of just letting them stay home. Like everywhere else, you done heard spikes. Like in Mississippi, all the teachers just went back and over 200 people got sick.
Damn.
I think the city is called Georgia, Mississippi. Said the teachers went in a week or two before and they had over $200 or $300
Right.
200 or 300 cases within a week. That shit is fucking scary.
It is. It definitely is. This is the world we live in, though.
That's sick.
You know.
Yeah. I still don't like this shit though.
You can choose not to send your kids to school, but you know they gonna come after niggas for that.
Yeah.
If your kid ain't coming, like they definitely gonna come after niggas for that. So it's like it's definitely a fucked up situation. It's been a fucked up situation. But you know niggas handling it day by day. I'm concerned about my daughter going to school, definitely. And all I can say is leave it at that. Like that's where I'm at with it right now. Like I don't want her to go back.
That shit's stressful.
But you know, I want her to get an education.
Yeah. Like that, I want my kids to get an education, but I mean, damn, like under them circumstances.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's like to be honest, I would even if I knew that it was a situation where we had a choice to send our kids back to school, I wouldn't. And then I would teach my child accordingly, but I'm in a situation, unfortunately, to where, like I said, I'm not the main guardian, so that decision isn't solely based on me. And then, if you don't take your kids to school, they're gonna come looking for them, and you're gonna get in trouble as a parent.
I've had to deal with that a number of times in my life. That shit sucks. Going to fucking truancy court and shit.
And they definitely gonna
Cause that's a revenue, so of course they gonna bring that.
Yeah,
come with that shit.
They gonna get you. So it's difficult, but you see how that shit plays out. And on a lighter note, the White House inquired about adding a new president to the what is it? You know the mountain. Damn.
Oh,
Mount Rushmore.
Who?
Who you think, nigga? They not gonna inquire about adding no new president, and the nigga that's president ain't in the inquiry.
Man, that nigga better not be in that shit, man.
He not. The niggas that's up there shouldn't even, like, I don't give a fuck about them niggas either.
Yeah.
To a certain extent, you know, some of them are decent, but
the only person I would probably respect in that aspect is fucking Jimmy Carter.
Wheelchair Jimmy.
No, President Carter.
Oh, that was LBJ that was in the wheelchair.
Yeah. But he will probably be the only one because he old and he still building houses and shit.
Yeah, that nigga.
Like, this nigga's in his 80s. He should be somewhere chilling, but he's still active.
Oh, he's still himself. He's helping build out.
He's putting the nails in. Like, he ain't doing a lot, but he doing more than what he's supposed to be doing at that age.
I don't know if I want a house that nigga helped build. I don't know how stable that his part gonna be.
Fucked up.
I want to be like, yeah, you know, you got these other middle-aged men with the strength, and you got Jimmy Carter.
President Carter keep in shape though, for him to be 80 in his 80s and still running marathons and shit.
I'll beat that nigga ass.
Nah, I think Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Carter ain't finna give me no type of ass. This nigga's in his 80s.
He probably get you in the 2K.
He might have. No, I'm talking about real life. Fuck that shit. That nigga, not saying I want to fight that nigga. I have no interest in, like, for what, but this being funny. But yeah, like, that's what's up. That's what's up. I mean, that's what you need to do to stay healthy and shit when you all this. Be active.
I just can't imagine who else would
deserve to be up there.
Yeah. Cause I mean,
I know a lot of people say Barack Obama, but to be honest, I don't give a fuck about the whole mountain. I don't give a fuck who up there. I don't care. It's carving somebody's face in the side of the mountain. It's gonna be a lot of money, and like that shit looks cool, but like, what does that mean?
I don't know, man.
Nothing.
I can't think of anyone that did anything big enough to be like, oh, let's just put them up there.
Yeah, and the people that's up there didn't do, like, they did some things, but I mean
okay, who's up there? It's George Washington. He's the first president.
Right.
That's enough.
But my thing is the whole shit fucked up.
Yeah.
The whole shit fucked up. So yeah. I don't give a fuck about that goddamn mountain. They can blow that bitch up like they did on Richie Rich.
I watched that shit the other day.
I don't give a fuck. Like, shit, I don't care who up there. Well, that shit was funny as fuck though. When I was like, oh.
But this nigga Trump better not put himself in that, even in that conversation.
That's like, nobody's gonna let that happen.
But he's that cocky enough to do that shit.
Yeah, he definitely is.
That nigga compared himself to Abraham Lincoln the other day. No, it wasn't the other day. It was like a few months back. That nigga said, I don't know who else done more for black people other than Abraham Lincoln as much as I have. And I looked. I was like, alright, fam. Alright.
Like, man.
The audacity of this nigga.
Like, that's pretty much all I got to say is alright, bro. Alright. But in other news, what's her name? I wanted to say Iggy Azalea, but that's not her name. Azealia Banks.
Azealia Banks, the rapper that raps that don't really rap.
Yeah.
Like, I'm aware of who she is, but I've never heard any of her music at all in life. I couldn't tell you not one of her songs.
I couldn't either. Like, but I heard, you know, as far as what she's going through, as far as what she put out there, about her. Just like, I'm gonna. Basically, she's like, I'm just gonna choose the euthanasia route, and decide to kill myself. Not in some violent way, but peacefully.
No. If she was really gonna do that shit, she wouldn't say it. She does that shit for attention. Like, she shaved her hair bald about a week ago, and then a month before that, she said she fucked Dave Chappelle. It's just stupid shit she be doing to get attention. Like, that's not needed.
We can say that all the way up until the point to where she actually does it, and not even saying that she will, not even hoping that she will. But I can definitely understand the point as far as, if I'm ever feeling like that, I would never post that shit on social media. I'd probably call a close friend or some shit. I wouldn't do that. But I can't say that she doesn't still feel that way just because she posted it on social media. Some people are like that. And
I know, but still,
it's
not in this climate right now. There's enough depressing shit going on.
Yeah.
So,
but I can say that if she was my friend, that I'd definitely be like, "What's up? What's like? You wilding right now?" But she was just like, I'm done with this shit. Y'all niggas ain't shit. And I ain't gonna lie, it'd be a lot of times that I just be like, man.
I mean, that's everybody.
Go ahead and blow this bitch up. Just go ahead and, like, just take all this out, because this shit is stupid right now.
But you're not vocalizing it and making a circus out of it. Like, right. I'm not gonna say she's not probably dealing with mental health. For us to live in this area, we all are dealing with mental health, right?
Some form of,
like, PTSD. That shit there is for real as fuck.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's just a better way for her to do this shit. If she feels like she has to fall off the grid, do that. Nothing is wrong with that.
Yeah, but you don't want nobody to feel like they don't want to, you even though
I always thought suicide was selfish. So.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. I feel like it's definitely a good amount of selfishness involved in that. But the contemplation of it is real. I can definitely say that.
I've been in a mind state to where I've been pushed to be like, you know what, I'm just ready to end all this shit.
Like, I don't have to deal. Shit.
Yeah. I mean,
and in that moment, it's not a selfish thought.
Yeah.
I
felt like that when that shit happened with George Floyd. I was like, damn, like, nigga, I'm ready for all this shit to be gone.
Yeah.
But
it's like that degree, like you're saying, that degree of selfishness come in, and it's like you start thinking about everybody else that's around. If you was on an island by yourself, probably would have been done it.
Yeah.
And you didn't know nobody. It's like, I mean,
no one's
shit.
gonna miss me on this island.
Yeah. And it's like, now it's just like, nah, I don't want to put my family through that. I definitely don't want to put my daughter through that. So it's not saying, that a nigga did so gun-ho on that shit that if I didn't have none of that, I would.
Even if she doesn't have any of that, she's been around long enough to have fans. How would you think them fans would feel? Because she has to be making some money to be trolling as long as she's been trolling. So somebody's gonna be hurt.
I mean, trolling don't cost money.
I mean, but you have to make some type of money off of it. It's creating an avenue for her to work and do shit. Because I know she's been doing movies.
I mean, yeah, I can definitely say she's making money, but I wouldn't say that she's making money off of trolling. Not directly. Maybe indirectly, as far as, your views of some shit go up. Yeah. Or
I feel like she was the first 6ix9ine before 6ix9ine was doing that shit. She was doing that shit, trolling T.I. and all of them.
trolling. Yeah, but she's not the first one to start. Shit. She's not the first one to start doing that shit. 50 Cent been trolling.
Yeah. But that's what's keeping him irrelevant, though.
Honestly, Kanye been trolling too.
Yeah.
I mean, his first troll was George Bush don't care about black people, and it wasn't really a troll. It was true.
Yeah.
But it's definitely something that had the effect of a troll as far as invoking emotion out of people.
I remember how Michael Myers' face looked when he said that shit. That shit was a classic.
Man. That shit was definitely some funny shit.
Yeah, like that nigga was frozen time. You could have threw some shit in his mouth, but that's how wide the nigga mouth was open.
And he was just standing there like that.
The whole nation was like,
go to break.
Oh shit.
But it was, I mean, it was true.
It was a real moment though.
Yeah. But with Azealia Banks, I just hope she, I hope she's good.
I hope she figure it out, because I don't want nobody to be in that mind state. I remember when Chance did that shit and they put me in a weird space.
He did?
Talking about killing himself.
This must have been early on.
Oh, this was like the last album.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
When nigga was just like he was too much on some, like,
Yeah, he's talking about it. He wish he can kill himself like the people suggesting he should, but I love my wife too much to not do this and that. I'm like, you don't have to do that.
Mm-mm. But yeah, this shit is real as far as social media and how people feel.
Yeah.
And it really affects people. I'm not saying that, not saying that we shouldn't have an opinion, and not saying that people is even gonna stop doing it, because niggas is gonna say fucked up shit on the internet till the internet doesn't exist. Like, that's the place that niggas say that shit. It's just only surprising now because it wasn't a place for niggas to do it before.
Any day now, the internet.
The way shit going, shit. Mm-hmm. So you just gotta take that shit with a grain of salt. And I ain't saying it's easy because I haven't experienced that, so I can't speak on something that I haven't experienced. But I can only speak on it as far as, like, what I would do. And I just try to take it with a grain of salt. Yeah. I've experienced it on a low level. As far as, niggas being just, after your video get a certain amount of plays or whatever, anything getting a certain amount of attention, there's gonna be people on there there's gonna be people that's gonna be on there that's like, oh, this shit's trash.
Yeah, I mean,
this is terrible. Why would you even think about doing that? You should kill yourself. You should start doing music. Like, niggas gonna say that shit.
Yeah.
But it's difficult when you have when you seeing more than that than support. And I mean, it really just depends on where you're looking. But
it's always gonna be people not supporting you more than actual people that do support you. That's never gonna balance out.
Right. That goes for everything in life. Nobody's gonna. If you got a majority of the people on Earth on your side, that's some shit going on.
Yeah.
Like, you got some shit going on.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary. You know?
The group of motherfuckers that didn't like Michael Jackson was way bigger than the group of people that actually did like him. And you can obviously see that. Even with Drake. The niggas still get booed and shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's a superstar.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
that's things you gotta deal with.
That shit crazy.
When you at,
I hate
that stuff.
I hate my generation is like that. We all fucked up, and it's like, what the next generation gonna be like?
I think the next generation is gonna be a lot nicer. I feel like they're a lot more sensitive, in good and bad ways.
Yeah.
And they'll be all right. I think the only people that's gonna fuck it up is gonna be, the older people.
Which we are becoming, those older people. But I try not to. I try not to be so one-sided about shit. So I try to understand the younger generation. But some of the stuff they still do is stupid.
That's called being young.
Yeah.
That's all that is. Cause they do a lot of shit that doesn't make sense, and that's okay. Cause every generation before a generation feels like the generation after them. It's like, we didn't do that. Like, of course y'all didn't. Like, it's alright. We all did some more stupid shit.
We probably didn't have access to it, to
right.
do whatever.
And you didn't have access to the same access that we have to do shit. So ain't no telling if our parents had internet, how they would, how they would have turned out.
Yeah.
Cause for all we know, it could have been worse. Shit. But nigga allergies and this whole acting a fool today.
Yeah. Don't go outside and do that shit. People act like regular colds and sicknesses done took off.
Yeah. I ain't been nowhere.
Like, nigga, I still got to deal with allergies and all that shit. You thought that shit took off too?
Not at all, sir. Not at all. But man,
nigga be scared to cough in public. With the mask on, nigga be holding the shit out there shit. Motherfuckers
nigga be about to die.
Like, nah.
It's how we holding them coughs for dear life.
Like, yeah, nah, I ain't trying to do that shit, man.
Finna have no brain aneurysm. Trying not to cough, nigga. I'm coughing, I'm sneezing.
Fuck around, try to hold this shit in. Fuck around, fart.
Yeah, it's a whole nother situation. Like, this disrespectful ass nigga.
That's fucked
this
up.
COVID going around, you all up in this whole farting shit. Your nasty ass out of here.
Brother had the gas, just the diluted gas. It'll be alright.
Hell yeah. But man, you heard I know you heard it. W.A.P.
Yeah, that's I done got called so many haters this week. I be like, look, fam. My cousin was like, why do you hate her music so much? I said,
who, Meg or Cardi? Or both?
Both. It's not that I hate it. It's just like, if you go, I come from a different type of hip hop. So our hip hop is competitive. And
what my thing is, like, I feel you, but what's that got to do with anything? Because even though I feel you,
I'm finna get to it.
If I'm an artist, I'm gonna make a song. I'm gonna make the song that I fucking want. I don't give a fuck about you saying, well, the era that I came from, nigga. So,
but this is what I'm trying to get to about the competitive part. If you gonna rap, you supposed to put your best verse out, and those verses.
We already know that's not the case. We already know that's not. I'm not even finna let you say that. Soulja Boy been out for a while, so you can't tell me. Everybody knows that when you rap, you gotta put your best verse for it. Niggas ain't been putting their best verse for it for a long time.
MC, how can you be asked to call an MC, which Meg asks to be called, and you don't put out your best verse.
Because it's niggas that we call MC that they don't put out their best verse.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, you ain't gonna do it every time, but it's like it's plenty of artists that got. Lil Wayne said, "I can say don't rhyme, and it's gon' rhyme."
But I mean, like Jadakiss ain't put out, or Fab ain't put out a bad verse in 20 years.
That's them niggas. But we got all these. We got all these young NBA. We got YBN. Not saying niggas just putting out bad verses, but we got a lot of niggas putting out mediocre shit
and making a song
and making a killing. So it's like I was just shocked of how vulgar it was. I don't give a fuck.
It could have been worse. Like
anything worse, it just would have been like, all right, y'all just make a porn video.
And I like Cardi's. I like a majority of Cardi's songs. Like if she go off, I'll be like, all right, she went off on that shit.
Right.
But to wait a year, not putting out no music, no features, nothing, and that's what you dropped.
But I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. It's that the lyrics to that song is wild as fuck.
Yeah.
It's a crazy, like they say it's a crazy, like I mean they don't say nothing that I would like. If a chick said to me in private, I would be like, "Oh my god!" I'd be like,
yeah.
"Oh yeah."
Like nigga, you laugh.
Oh yeah. That's what you on. You nasty.
I mean,
so it's like I'm not gonna do that now.
I mean, they should do a remix.
My thing was like, how's this hoe gonna get played on the radio? And then I watched the video, and it was like some wet and gushy, and I was like, all right, that's cool. I understand y'all can't say wet ass pussy on the radio, but the way this flipped is just like,
yeah. Cause
what's played on the radio, kids gonna be singing it, and and I'm not asking them to be conscious of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Cause just because kids listen to the radio doesn't mean that they make music for kids.
Mm-hmm.
They make music for their audience, and their audience is some grown ass people. And what word in that song have you not ever said in your life?
It's not much. I'm just waiting for Kid Bops to get their hands on this shit.
Oh, that hoe gonna be terrible.
That shit gonna be
They're not. That's not getting on no Kids Bop shit. Like, what you gonna flip on that? I saw a meme. It was like, "There's some chores in this house." And I was like, "Nigga, if my kid is listening to that and it's like, this is a really good song, I'm like, hey man, get your lame ass out of here. Like you crunk about a song talking about there's some chores in this house." Like, all right, cool. But nah, ain't no kid gonna be like, this is tight.
Yeah.
Get ready to do these chores. Nah. So that hoe ain't hitting Kids Bop. That hoe ain't hitting Kids Bop at all.
Yeah, it just crazy out. They did, but they did the babysitter on Kids Bop, and it fucked me up. But I mean, it's not as vulgar as wet ass pussy. So I mean,
the name of the song is
W.A.P.
So it's like, and I just hate the conversation that people be having as far as like, niggas will get offended and be like, this is not how our women should be, we should represent ourselves. And then women will be like, but niggas is doing it, niggas been doing it, and blah blah blah. And it's like both of those are true.
Yeah.
So what the fuck is this shit been going on?
My girl tried to have that argument with me, and I deterred it.
Like, porn is free,
yeah,
bro.
Like
this ain't the first time these kids have heard the wet ass pussy.
Yeah.
It's like of any age. If they hear that song now, this is not gonna be the first time that they've heard a vulgar song.
Yeah. My girl tried to.
So what we talking about on either side? Like, can we just? The song's out. Like, shut the fuck up.
It's out. So you just gotta do it. My girl tried to put what was it? what was that fucking song? About 3 6 months. Slob on my knob.
Yeah.
She tried to put that on us on our generation. I was like, nah, that wasn't my generation. I said that was the older generation. I said we ain't had no song like that, so you can't.
Not like that. Not our generation. But still, we still listen to "Slob on My Knob," and niggas know the word when that hoe come on. Niggas like "Slob on my knob," like horn and God.
Me and you, we was in our teens or early. Yeah, that wasn't our shit.
And granted, it wasn't everything. You know, it wasn't like suck on my dick. Yeah. Like, but it's still in those videos. Like, you know,
there was
it's a lot of lines that artists has. Mon B has a lines like he says bust on the face and the belly with her.
Yeah, but it's very hidden. It leaves something to imagination instead of wet ass pussy.
But niggas have gotten to the point now that it's like people want that shit. Now I don't want to say they want it, but we shouldn't be surprised.
No, I'm not surprised at all. I'm surprised it took as long as it did.
Yeah, and my point is like porn is free.
Yeah.
The same way, if you got a complaint about your child looking up this song, the same way they look up that song, they can easily look up some literal wet ass pussy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking about up close. You see everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, so whatever influence you talking about that having, that's already here. Yeah. And not saying it's like, oh, since it's already here, let's just go crazy. But I'm not finna sit up here and be like, and it's not a battle that I'm interested in fighting as far as being like, that song was too nasty. Like, my kids gonna hear this. Like, why your kids hearing this?
Yeah.
And then if you do listen to the radio's not gonna play no wet ass pussy. They definitely not finna play Cardi B verse. I don't know how they playing her verse on the radio. Cause her shit's so nasty, nigga. I think I got horny.
You say throw a big ass truck in this little.
Yeah, she said park that big ass truck in this itty bitty garage, something like that. And I was just like, nigga, you nasty as fuck, girl. I am.
The sad part about it, she probably didn't write that shit.
I hope a nigga ain't write that shit.
I mean, the nigga, the nigga that wrote her first album, what's his name? Something Fontaine.
Yeah.
He wrote Be Careful With Me and all that shit.
Yeah,
We're talking about sucking dick and all that shit that they
I mean, you can change that shit based off of. I can write a verse for a girl that makes some sexual innuendos.
But would you go as far as saying,
I'm not finna my what do you call it? My reference verse is not gonna sound exactly like hers.
Yeah. I know for a fact the nigga said they got an audio of him reciting her verses as is, and she did it as is.
And they might have requested that, and unfortunately, as a writer,
but I can't be recording myself saying suck some nigga dick. As a band, that shit crazy as fuck.
That's difficult. And if I know that I'm writing for somebody else, and the amount that they paying, I'm never gonna that wouldn't bother me if, you know. Now if it wouldn't bother me writing a verse for a chick that's sexually suggestive. Yeah. Now, I wouldn't on my own write some shit that refers to me sucking dick, and if I did, I would be like, on this part, you can say this, but this is what I'm saying.
Now they said the nigga recorded the whole
and that's
verse.
Probably if they requested that. Now, if they requested that, and the amount that they paying me, and I'm not gonna lie, even at that point, I'm already invested, so I'm already cool with whatever they paying me. I'll still do it, but I'll be like, nigga, you couldn't just imagine, say that shit yourself.
How my mind is working right now.
I'm like, you gotta fly me out there, and I'll do it in the studio. And then we can get that going, but I'm not finna be in my house like recording some shit, and my neighbors hear me recording, talking about sucking dick.
And shit.
Like, I mean, And even if it's like, no, we're not gonna fly you out, but you need to do this, get this money. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna do it. But it's all right, cause I'm not sucking dick, so
I know, but
I don't care.
It's just
the fact that you recorded saying like, you know, I'm finna do that. And
no,
it's like,
but it ain't even that. I'm thinking how my mind is working. I'm thinking soon as this nigga start beefing with somebody's gonna get that audio of him saying he's sucking
that's
dick.
cool. But if it's a hit song,
yeah, I get it. But that's how my mind
and it's
works.
like
Nigga, this nigga.
But it's like, look who you wrote it for. You can easily, like I said, you can translate that into the male version.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I'm saying? So just like that whole song, wet ass pussy could be translated into a male version, i.e., Safari has already tried to do it.
Yeah.
He has I forgot what he called it. It was like,
that shit.
But he's already put out his verse. I haven't listened to it, but like, yeah.
Like sometimes I be wanting to take that nigga serious, but he be making himself look like a clown sometimes, and that shit really be bothering me.
Some niggas be like that, bro.
Nah, but C can't be that corny. If he was writing for Nicki or whatever he was doing for her, he can't be that corny.
So it's possible. I guarantee you, bro. It's very possible. It's very possible. That's part of why Nicki is who she is, cause, and a lot of artists are like, it's a lot of lines that these famous artists say that a regular nigga couldn't say. They have a nigga could rap a Drake verse word from word, and nobody's never heard it before. And it'd be one of his top Billboard songs, and somebody make a song word from word, and it won't go nowhere. But then you'd be like, well, Drake make this same song, and this song was at the top of the Billboard for the whole year. It's like, cause Drake said it, and that nigga knows how to say the shit. So I can believe that he wrote the shit. You know, it just said you gotta be convincing when you do it, and that nigga's not that convincing. So he could say some shit, the same shit, and it's just like, you corny, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
I guess. Okay.
It's it's difficult. The thing with that song, back to the song, I just hate to see women just be like, I see niggas have a problem with this song, but y'all got blah blah blah, and I'm just like, I don't see men saying anything too different than what we've been saying.
Yeah.
As far as like, of course you want respectful shit, but I'm also not gonna let a dude contradict himself. Like, you can't say I want some respectful shit, but then you like you like going to the club and listening, or even on your own time you listen to shit that's still insinuating that shit.
Yeah. And
it's like the same thing you do with those songs. With whatever you concerned about, do it with this hoe and shut the fuck up, male and female.
My thing is, anytime a male disagrees about something he doesn't like about a female, we always come off as being disrespectful and hateful.
Yeah.
And that should not be the case.
And these times, that's definitely what happens.
I cannot like. It's okay for me not to like something, and that's one of the things I used to love about Joe Budden. I'm not gonna like everything. I might like the person.
Nobody.
Right. I'm not gonna like everything that comes out.
Right. And I can understand you being, cause this is not a song that I would just play on the regular. You know what I'm saying? So, not saying I'm just like, oh, this is the shit. Like, I'm finna put this in rotation. Like, I'm not. But the same way I didn't do that, and I'm fine. Everybody can do the same thing. Whether you like it or not, do what you want to.
My girl said I'm a hater because I'm not too big on Meg and Cardi's music, and it just takes time for certain shit to grow on me. Like I wasn't the biggest fan of Beyonce's music, but now I like it.
But they don't say that when a dude don't like another dude's music. No.
If I just.
But then they also want to be like, well, why do you have to make a difference between male and female? It's like, cool. So if that's the case, I still have the choice to not like a female's music. So you telling me I'm supposed to be like, oh yeah, you know, I've got to give dudes a hard time, but whatever women put out, I got to be so open-minded, and I got to force myself to like, no, nigga, it's enough good women artists that I actually listening to because I want to.
Yeah. There's
so if I don't want to listen to you as a female artist, I'm not.
I want to listen to you, and that's not a bad thing.
And that's been the case all my life. Like my favorite artist is Sade. So you're not finna tell me I'm sitting here like, I got a bias towards men artists. Like what kind of weirdo would I be just to be like, I only like men to make my music?
That shit would be
like what?
I was told I wasn't pro-black because I said I didn't like that song, and that fucked me up. I was like,
because you don't like a song, you're not pro-black.
I was like, what? I said, how do you even correlate those two? She was like, because the two women are singing the song are women of color. I said, but you just said I wasn't.
That ain't the first time.
That shit is.
That ain't the first time two women of color made a song together.
I said, but Cardi's not even black. She's Latino.
She's a woman of color.
But I said, but
that point is not
that doesn't me being
not liking the song. Yeah,
I was like, okay,
because I'm pretty sure you can name more male songs that you don't like than female songs.
I could write a book on male songs that I don't like from my favorite artists.
Like, and that's what I'm saying. And it's like, no, I just don't like the song. It has nothing to do with her being female. Like, I listen to songs where females talk in female perspective.
Yeah.
And I listen to the shit and I enjoy the song. But I also understand I'm not a female. So it's like when she says something about him or he or, you know, that guy, it's like, of course, like, I'm not just like, oh, no, I can't listen to this because he's like, nigga, the song go hard.
Too much ill.
Yeah. Like, just switch the shit out of your mind and move on, bro. Like, it's not that serious. It's just like, because I'm not listening to no dude song that's like, yeah, this bitch suck my dick and so I fucked in the ass and I spread her pussy lips. It's like I'm still gonna be like, oh, bro, that's a
little much, bro.
I ain't even trying to think about fucking right now. I'm just riding in the car, like.
But I tell people, there's a lot of songs. Jay-Z is in my top 5 rappers of all time, and there's a lot of his songs that I don't like. But it doesn't change anything. So
it's just, and that's what I don't understand. It's like that
chick just took it to a weird place.
It's like y'all want to be treated equal, but it's like, and not even saying that this is how all women feel. I'm not finna do that.
Yeah.
But I see women doing this thing. It's like you want to be treated equal, but it's like I can't. You want to be treated equal without me disagreeing.
Yeah.
Like, I understand that men is fucked up. But so to make up for that, we have to agree with everything y'all say for a certain amount of time. Like, that's how we got here. That's how the fuck because men was like, oh, women gotta agree. What's on that stupid shit? Yeah. And I agree, the shit was dumb as fuck. So why would we just go to the other side and do the same thing?
Yep.
I don't care what time we're in. Like, I don't care what movement is going on. Like, I'm gonna respect women. I'm gonna respect people. Period. So it's like I'm not saying that I'm never gonna be wrong. And if I'm corrected, I'm corrected. But if I'm not fucking with a song, or if I'm just like, I'm not playing it, cause all the people that's like caping forward. How many times have y'all actually played the song since it's been out? Tell me that. Because the way y'all caping forward, y'all should have been to play that hoe at least 4 or 5 times a day.
I haven't heard my girl play it.
That's what I'm saying. Like I ain't seen no TikTok videos.
None of that shit.
I ain't seen no Instagram videos of chicks like, wet ass pussy. Like, cause the video that like you gonna have to insinuate that you got some wet ass pussy, but then that contradicts what women is trying to say as far as like women don't have to be sexualized.
Yeah.
And that's right. And you still can also feel that way and still make songs like that. Yeah. And that's fine. But that doesn't mean that I have to be like, yeah, that's cool. Like, I'm finna listen to this every day.
Yeah. Little Kim somewhere shaking her head right now.
Little Kim somewhere looking like a goddamn Chinese one. That's what the fuck she doing.
Somebody said Lil' Kim look like Jeremy Lin, the basketball player. That fucks me up.
Lil' Kim look like a sex doll. That's what she look like.
That shit crazy as fuck.
But that shit, that shit bothers me. But on another note, I saw this video. I don't know. Have you seen it? It's this woman. She was upset with her partner. We don't know exactly what he did. Some people saying he cheated. Some people saying he left the rice on the refrigerator.
Talk about the lady that ran over.
And the nigga was dead. Well, not dead, but the nigga was knocked out.
He's not in he's not dead, but he's a critical condition.
Yeah.
I've heard the number of shit, like, just from the audio, and it was just all over the place, so I couldn't tell you. But I remember her screaming, 18 years, you've been doing this shit for 18 years. So I would insinuate she been cheating or some shit like that.
Right. It's definitely more than the rice or that nigga cheating. Yeah. I mean, the rice might have been today, but
what made her snap?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that wasn't it. And not saying that nigga deserved to be in that situation. I don't know what he did, cause I know some niggas have done some fucked up shit, but I'm not gonna be like, yeah, man, your bitch should probably run you over and you should be half dead, and then she hit you with the bumper of the car that she ran you over with, bro. Like, nah, it's not the case. Leave that nigga. Don't do that.
Don't know how to do that shit.
And it's like I go some posts, I see them talking more about the reason she did it versus the fact that it was
she did the shit anyway. So, yeah.
This nigga's dead, and then the people around piss me off too.
They're just standing.
They came and this lady, they put a blanket over the nigga, and this watcher kept going in on that nigga.
Yeah.
And nobody was like,
that's like the George
tried to
Floyd
stop
shit.
her or tried to help that nigga.
Didn't do anything. All you heard was, baby this, baby don't do this, that. No, stop her. But
and it's like, if that was and I don't want to be
let's go ahead
that
and
type
if it was
of dude.
a woman, it would have been a different.
And it should be. But the reason it should be is the same, in my opinion, it's the same reason why women kind of, some women that feel that's a certain way as far as like, men got to be held to the same standards, which is definitely true. If men got to be held to the same standards, so the women.
Yeah.
So if a man did it, even men would be like, nigga, you are.
Yeah.
We should have
the same knee jerking reaction on both sides.
You are terrible. Like I don't have nothing. I'm not even asking what happened. I'm just like, nigga, that's not help.
Yeah.
That's not what you do at all. That's not what you do at all.
You're being a basic human being, basically.
And even with that said, even myself, even with the woman, I'm more prone in that situation to be like, God damn, what that nigga do? And then after that, I'm instantly just like, no, it's fucked up. Yeah. I'm still thinking about what he did, but that doesn't, that doesn't determine the punishment. But it's like with a woman, I'm just like, I'm not concerned with what happened at all. This is what's going on, and I'm not gonna let that happen.
We should be heroing for everybody,
right?
That bad situation.
And it's like, even with me having that mindset, and to see women just be like, black men don't protect us anyway, and it's like, I'm all right. For one,
why can't we just protect each other?
It's not anybody's job to protect you, but it's nobody's job to hurt you as well. So the same, I don't think we could be like, since black women don't feel protected by black men, then whatever they get is what they deserve.
No. If I see a stranger getting their ass beat, I'm gonna help.
Yeah.
So I would expect that same type of energy if I was in the situation and I'm being fucked up. You shouldn't film me, help me.
Right. And I can agree. It's fucked up. It's fucked up people, and not just fucked up black men or fucked up black women or whatever race. It's fucked up people. And I can't. It just sucks to hear, because I can understand black women's opinion if they dealt with that type of nigga.
Yeah.
It's just that with me not being that type of nigga and hearing that shit, and me not knowing no type of nigga like that, but me knowing those type of niggas that exist.
Yeah.
And the reason I don't know is because I distant myself from them. So I can't really speak on. I don't know how many niggas is out here acting, on that shit, because I'm not dating niggas. So the only thing I have to go off of is what they telling me. Is what I'm being told by women. So that's why I believe it. But I can also say I'm not special. The same way that I put myself around people and not making any excuse, like the niggas fucked up. And after a while, you see the certain type of nigga that you don't need to fuck with, regardless of what's happened. Don't fuck with that nigga. And you know that certain people know that certain type of person, because men do the same thing. Men will be like, these women out here crazy. And then you'll start talking to a chick and you'll make her feel like it's funny and it's cool and all that shit when she be telling y'all the fucked up shit she done. And then when she do that fucked up shit to you, now you looking like, this bitch. And it's like, no, nigga. She told you what she did to her other nigga.
Like, you should have took a mental note of that.
Yeah. You must like the shit. And that's it. Cause I've been in an abusive relationship with a woman where I was being abused. And not saying it's always easy. Now I understand it's not easy. It's a lot of emotions attached to it. And this was going on for at least about 1.5 years, almost 2 years. So I understand as far as like, you fuck with somebody, you're not just gonna up and leave.
Yeah.
But I'll be down now. I know
trying to fix that shit.
Yeah. But I know the signs now.
Yeah.
So I'm not finna, if I see them signs again at another chick, I'm gonna be like, nah, I'm good. I see where you going. And I don't think that type of discernment is gender based at all. And not even blaming that person for being in that situation. And when it's like, if you don't, the same way that black people ask who all over there, it's for a reason. It's because you don't want to put yourself in a situation that you don't want to be in. So it's like, all right, so who all over there? And you should ask that of the person that you talk to as far as their character traits. What all traits you got over there?
When I say that, I get told that I'm being toxic.
How?
It just like, it's people in my family I don't like dealing with. If I don't like being around you, I'm gonna go out of my way to avoid you, because certain people bring certain actions out of me. So
right,
if I know you gonna bring nothing but the worst out of me, I'm not
gonna put myself in this situation.
You putting your mental health first, but how's it toxic?
So I'm supposed to go get riled up,
yeah,
and possibly act outside of myself.
Yeah. Instead
just so I can not be toxic.
I just don't want to deal with this.
Makes no sense to me. Makes no sense at all.
That's what I have to deal with my family. This person makes me crazy. Nope, I don't want to deal with it. I come the next time.
like a motherfucker.
Yeah. And ain't nothing wrong with saying that shit.
It's not.
Gotta protect your peace.
You have to, and people gotta understand that. And I just don't understand how people just care about shit so much. Like shit that really doesn't have anything to do with them, and arguing about situations that didn't happen to them.
I try not to do that as much as possible.
It's hard.
It's hard, yeah.
But it's definitely doable.
Yeah, I mean, because I care a lot. So sometimes I have to detach myself from certain situations because I care too much. And it gets looked at in a weird way. I'm like, no, I'm trying not to think about this because this is going to make me crazy. So I have to detach myself from shit like that.
Right. I feel you got to. You gotta protect yourself and protect how you feel. But shit, y'all, this been this week's episode of What You Thought podcast. Once again, I'm Michael Taylor.
It's Big KB, y'all.
And justice for Breonna. I know that shit's going on and it's getting more attention, so that's cool. But it's just crazy how how much that shit is taking, and that's just one person. So blessings out to to everybody, and good vibes out to everybody, because it's the times right now is
fucking great.
It's crazy as shit. So, but y'all have a good week or a good day, good whatever, and we out this bitch.
All right, y'all be easy.
Peace.